virtual mobile devices, and you will find out the product gets warm, people don't buy it, so you lost the revenue. And it's waiting for the routine check. Now, with IoT and that's built on mobile devices, multiple devices that truck drivers have, they get alert immediately on their mobile device saying, you know, this vending machine is raising in temperature, or it's got a problem in the cash slot, or it's running out of stock. So as a result, they became much more efficient, much more smarter, and much more profitable in utilizing the vending machines. Now take this idea and think if it was your idea, if it was your business. How can you take that business forward knowing that you can do something simple? The application took about 2 to 3 weeks to develop. They released it, and the entire workforce across the whole country was doing better. Azure tool. This is where you're going to take a look at Azure. So if you've not been with me all this time, wake up. Now it is the time. So enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Scott Hansel, and I'm going to give you a taste of what you can do with Microsoft Azure. Developers or DevOps, huge enterprises or small independents, Microsoft Azure is a hybrid cloud that can handle whatever you throw at it. Starting here in the web-based Azure portal, I can design and customize powerful DevOps dashboards to handle any scenario. I can quickly create virtual machines, both Windows Server and Linux. I could make just one, or create scale sets with hundreds or thousands of machines all working together. There's a huge gallery of different solutions to pick from. There's pre-configured systems like WordPress, Drupal, or Barracuda, as well as multi-VM solution templates for larger systems like SharePoint or WebSphere. I can even run Visual Studio in the cloud. I can deploy web and mobile applications with Azure App Service. That's our platform as a service that lets you focus on great apps while we handle the administrivia of the underlying virtual machine. I can run ASP.NET, Node, PHP, Java, and much more. I can scale my web apps using auto scale. I can easily deploy my web applications using continuous integration coming from Visual Studio Team Services, Bitbucket, and much more. Deployment is set up. Azure App Services have deployment slots. I can create dev, test, and staging, and automatically deploy, and then switch to production. I can easily create and manage databases in just minutes using SQLDB or DocumentDB. They'll have built-in disaster recovery and backup support. I can create databases of virtually any size in the cloud. The complete managed SQL Server offering, as well as the JavaScript-focused SQL as a service called DocumentDB. But this is just the basics. We've got massive durable storage, data analytics, data warehousing, huge high-performance computing, Internet of Things, hub, stream analytics, media services, encoding with live streaming to any device, rich identity support with Azure Active Directory, dev test in the cloud with automation, partners like New Relic. I can run Visual Studio on a managed virtual machine and remote in. And all of this can be secured and managed with powerful private networks that are optionally connected to your own data centers. And there's so much more. This is more than just building blocks for developers and solutions, but these are managed, elastic, scalable building blocks that you can use to create your solution your way today. All of this running in Azure or in tandem with software running on-premise in your own data centers. Azure has solutions for any language, any app, anywhere. You can.
So, the beauty here is Sahara Net. We have to go on that journey. We have a certain agreement with Sahara Net that they can help you and walk you through. They have the skills, they have the manpower, they have the IQ to take you through that. They will look at your environment and help you move or use hybrid motion, where part of your data is on-premise, part of it is on cloud. If you have sensitive data, the sensitive data is the doesn't have to reside on out of your premise. It can stay on your premise. You can just keep the compute power outside. And whenever you need something that is relating to local data, it can be transferred to you, you crush it locally, and you send sort of a 0-1 kind of feedback to the portal where which is that you can do with your business. If you can turn your business into a list of applications on your mobile devices, on your computer, and relieve your data center from certain spikes or certain workloads, a lot can be moved to cloud with the current power and connectivity we have today. Next point is data and intelligence. Now, data and intelligence is a wide field really. So we're going to talk about how data can support your business, how you can be proactive, and number 3, how you can use what we call artificial intelligence. Traditionally, your data is here. You have your own ERP, CRM, you have business. You pretty much know what you need. You just contain in this little bubble. But as you grow as a business, then you start looking at research information, web information, blog information, and blogs. And then as you move to the bigger scheme and you look at the social media, what are they saying about your company? You know, you've witnessed what happened to United Airlines, right? Yeah, that was almost $1 billion over a couple of days because their stock just tanked. People stopped going on their trips. How can you measure? How can you be ahead of the curve, knowing what the customer is saying about you, and be able to be ahead of the curve? This happened to me actually. I had a friend who I think he had a BMW, and he was not happy with the service. So he said something on Twitter, I am so sick of my BMW. I have a bad service. Guess who replied? Mercedes. Can you imagine if your system is that smart? His name is Muhammad Gazzaz. He said, Mr. Gazzaz, we would like to offer you the new Mercedes. Go try it for 3 days. The guy was like, really? It was shocking. Okay? And then the next thing, he tweeted within 6 hours, he's running a Mercedes. Can you imagine what you can do to your business with intelligence like this? Yeah? Now, everything is put for you in a very nice, easy to read, dashboard. Even specify the geography. Is it Jeddah? Is it about Qasim? Where is this information coming from? Is it out of Saudi Arabia? If you are spread in multiple regions. We have something called now the machine learning. Now, you've all watched these kind of movies where the machines take over, right? Okay, it's not that bad. But the machines are actually becoming smarter. How do they become smarter? It's a mix between us humans' feedback and them figuring out certain behavior. So they can tell at 4 p.m. every single Wednesday, the following behavior starts happening in the organization. They can spot that other than humans. But then, as a human, you can tell them, if you see this is happening, then do one of these 3 options, 1, 2, or 3. And then it becomes a really machine learning experience and artificial intelligence. So what Microsoft has developed, these 3 things out of the box. One is called demand forecasting, predictive maintenance, and vehicle telemetry. Everybody in the world needs forecasting. Put your hand up if your business doesn't need forecasting. Okay? You're forecasting? Okay, so I'm saying, tell me if you don't need forecasting. Everybody needs forecasting. Whatever you're doing, if you are Altaf or Rashid, you need forecasting. Guess what needs forecasting? We just found out about Saudi Airlines catering services. Okay? Can you imagine the millions of riyals I put every day to feed the travelers? I was on a plane this morning. And a lot get wasted if you don't look exactly or as much as possible close to the reality and your customer behavior. So when you look at the past 5 years of traveling experience, and you can hear something from Riyadh to Jeddah, they have this pattern. So instead of putting 200 means only 80% of the people show up. I'm going to put 85% instead of having the 100% means rate. Because what ends up happening, you lose 15%. Take that concept and apply it to any business you have. We help you forecast. Number two, predictive maintenance. If you have a machine anywhere, an elevator, anything that goes up and down, sideways, or runs by power or diesel, you can put sensors on it to figure out if it needs maintenance. One of the examples we're going to talk about is a company called Jeddah Crowne. They have a beautiful video, it's available on Microsoft website, where they were able to cut the engineer's time by half and increase their productivity. Usually, they run across massively their pads and doing maintenance, checking things. Now, before the problem happens, they can tell, I will have a problem in this elevator. Keith. An elevator door opens up, goes down there at a certain time. If it starts slowing down, what does that mean? It means trouble is coming up. Okay. If the elevator starts dropping down faster, or going like, this happened to me. I'm sure it happened to someone. Bismillah. Okay. So the moment you say Bismillah, they know there is something happening in the elevator. So the ability to predict that you're going to have a problem is priceless. مرة زارنا في مكتب somebody from a water sanitation company, and the guy was a CFO. He's like, I'm really busy. I have to run to the airport. I'm really late. I have to leave. Oh, just give me 2 minutes. I'll show you the video. I shot a video of this company, the elevator company. He ended up sitting for 20 minutes. And he said, I want this because the moment a machine breaks in my water salination plant, this means hundreds of thousands of riyals. And if I can get this predictivity before it happens, then I'm in good hands. So think, can this help your business and save you money? The last one is vehicle telemetry. You want to know where the driver is. Is he really route? Whether he's going from somewhere, where is the vehicle? Okay. You see that the sales drop on this route. Why? The really stop every single station needs to another sahib. So the vehicle itself doesn't need maintenance. Is it overdue for maintenance? That's about to break. So anything we know about the vehicle, the motion of the vehicle, we can help. The template's ready. You just have to plug and play. The most difficult part about Internet of Things and connectivity is the module. Now we have built a module for you. It's just a matter of collecting the sensors input into these modules. We have something called car depth analysis, which is facial recognition and voice recognition. And in the States now, if you want to order Domino's, تفتح الموبايل, you click on Domino's application. Hi Domino's, what's special today? And it talks back to you. Are you with me? Talks back to you. And then you start having a conversation before the order is complete. Actually, here's your order. You ready? Yes, go. If you have any help desk, you can turn it into that fashion. If you ever use the Apple Store, for example, in the States when you order something, you hear it like every time you ask a question, give me an image, and they show, listen, you hear it, I think you hear a keyboard typing. And it's just a machine in the back that's using your whatever you do and taking its time to figure out what you did to give you an answer. So that technology is there. I'm going to show you in a minute what Uber did for cognitive analysis. Sorry, man.
We come to work every day to pilot, test, and launch new technology solutions. Real-time ID check is the latest technology example
where we at Uber are constantly developing and testing new solutions to predict, prevent, and reduce security risks in ways that weren't possible before. It's through this partnership with Microsoft that we've been able to develop this technology quickly and ensure that every rider and every driver has an excellent experience. Real-time ID check is a prompt that appears in the driver's app asking them to take a self photo. We can do a check in real time to make sure that that identity of the person who took the picture matches the account holder who's been approved to drive. Doing that serves a couple of purposes. Drivers know that their identities and their accounts are being protected, and riders know that the driver who they're with has been screened.
Dead? I am.
Real-time ID is a smart technology. What that means is it factors in and addresses edge cases. The situation where the driver is wearing glasses or a hat and they weren't in the identification that we have on file. The beautiful thing is they can recognize these changes and ask the driver to remove their sunglasses or retake the photo. The partnership with Microsoft Cognitive Services allowed us to go from idea to execution to implementation across.
So can you imagine if you use this technology in sensitive area in your business? You want to make sure whoever is there is the right person. It's not somebody using their ID or using their credentials. Next is openness. Since I have a thread of 10 minutes of learning, so I have to whiz through the next slides. So, open source. Microsoft loves open source. Microsoft loves open source. Right? So, now, as of 5 months ago, Microsoft is platinum number on the board of open source, just like IBM, just like Red Hat. It's one of the biggest sponsors of open source. Why? Because 1/3 of the workloads that run on Azure is open source. And they treat open source better than any other cloud provider. So in specific Amazon Web Services, Amazon Web Services, they have their own version of open source. We don't. So as a result, a company like Red Hat, right here, they know once they are using Microsoft Azure, it's a safe haven for them. They're not going to be competing with an open source Microsoft. No. So for those open source lovers, try it.
So there are platforms for open source.
Yes.
They're not taking part in open source.
We are an investor in open source. We work closely with open source. We work together. One of the clients, we walked together at Red Hat, okay, hand in hand. Okay, say, here's Red Hat, here's Microsoft. We're going to help you take your workload onto Azure.
This is a big thing.
It is. Big mind shift. So take a look at this. I'm sure you know something here. I'm not an expert on open source, but you can see knows Python, Java, PHP, R, Cloudera, Docker, SUSE, okay, Ubuntu, all these big names in open source. The only thing we don't run in Azure is mainframe technology. Otherwise, we run it. And one more thing, which is the Unix Spark, which is the old Sun Solaris stuff. Now, hybrid. Wallahi, Abdullah, I'm not ready to go to cloud. I don't trust the cloud. I don't think how my application will behave on the cloud. Mention it. Who said you have to go to the cloud? Start with steps. Easy does it. One step at a time. Start with backup. Efficient backup. Simple. Most of the small and medium organizations, they have very poor backup. Many of these organizations, their data got wiped out on Masada flood في Jeddah. Have your backup on Azure. We can help you do site recovery. Site recovery in a big, massive way. مش حيلا. يعني, give you an example. This is on our website as a reference case. في السعودية هنا, المهيدر. المهيدر is an SAP client. عنده 1300 user SAP. They wanted to build a disaster recovery site. حسب الحسبة 7 million ريال. talk to him, he's like, what do I have to lose? If you want kids, yeah. It's been running for years. And about 5 months ago, he had a problem, and he had to switch to Azure, and Azure became his production environment. And he stayed on it for 2 months as production. Because he was amazed, like, oh my God, this can be production. The only thing he said, Abdullah, you know something, there's just like a little bit of slowness that it might be not acceptable. But what did he do? He's taken something we call express route. Express route is a tunnel that goes from the data center of his all the way to Microsoft data center. So this latency goes away. And he's going to use Azure as a production environment for SAP. If you want to do dev and test, for example, for any technology, SAP, Oracle, IBM, open source, it's the right place to do it because you don't have to invest in hardware. You do your investment, you do your planning, your development, your testing, and you switch off and go. We have a feature called auto switch off, which means you have done your work with seed. You forgot when you left that you have to switch off the machine. You set it up, and once you walk off, it switches on by itself. Say 7 p.m. We have an advisor within the portal that tells you, Mr. Client, you are using, let's say, 8 cores. This all can be done by 4. Beautiful. We talked about these. So one more thing is on the storage side. Something called the Store Central, which is it's an actual hardware that can sit in your data center, where you can, it's like an archiving solution that saves all data for you. Instead of putting this information on a SAN, you put it on that one. I'm not saying you replace the SAN, SAN stays there. So this is like an archiving solution for your SharePoint, or different things. And it replicates to Azure. If you want something not replicated, you can keep it on premise. It comes with 40 TB